everybody. Today we're going to make a card using the new Close to My Heart shaker window foam and acetate. So let's just jump in. Right now I'm using one of the Close to My Heart White Daisy card bases. I have I just went blank. 'Tis the Season paper. This is one of the papers in the pack, and it's double-sided, but I'm going to use this gingham side. Then I also have a piece of the Candy Apple cardstock. So to start, I'm just going to put this down on my card base. And just stick it to the front. And I have pre-cut this at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is the size of our card bases. Shaker cards have never been any easier than they are right now with these, can't think, foam, window foam and acetate. And then we're also going to use the shaker window dies, thin cut dies. So first thing I'm going to do with those, I'm actually going to just set this aside because we're done with it for a minute. I'm going to grab my Cuttlebug. And I'm going to take just the circle die. Now these dies, one side is totally flat. I don't know if you can see that. And one side has a ridge. The ridge is what will cut. So I'm going to set it on my cutting platform. And it doesn't matter if you do this up or down. I'm just going to pop it in there on the up. And this is too wide. So I'm going to just cut it off real quick. There. And I'm just going to set it in there face up, so that it will cut out my circle. Put the B-plate on. Oh, I have this backwards. Run it through. It's gonna creak, it's gonna make noise, and that is perfectly fine. So now I have the perfect size circle for our shaker card. And then I'm also going to use the stitched one to cut the top piece, and I'm going to use that in the gingham again. And I'm going to, whoa, I just dropped it on the floor. Try that again. Okay. Run that through. Done with my Cuttlebug for now. Well, for this project. And now we have a perfect stitched circle. Now I could do, because this was the centerpiece of it, I could put it in there, give it some look, but I think that might just be, I don't know, we'll see, we'll play with it. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your circle piece, and now our cardstocks are two-sided. I don't know if you can see that. We have the regular side and then a different side. I'm going to use the brighter side. So I'm going to just stick some adhesive on there. Stick that in my card front. Now, let's see. I don't know. I think that might be too much gingham, so I'm going to leave that piece out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of the foam window and acetates, and you're going to see that these are perfectly cut. Now what you do is you have a bunch of little pre-cut puffy tapes. Use those on another project, okay? So you don't need to use them on this one because we're not going to be using it. And I'm trying to find my tool, and I have lost it. That's typical. So I'm just going to pull this off gently, trying to keep as much of the foam in the circle as I can. Okay, so now it's sticky on one side, and you'll see it's pretty thick. It's our foam tape, and it's going to fit perfectly over our circle that we cut. So I'm just going to kind of stick it down. Now another thing that I pre-did, because it takes time to dry, is I stamped on the acetate window. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Mary Mary. Now our acetate windows have a regular side and then a side with a protective film on it, and it's better to stamp on the side that does not have that protective film. So I just see that it's on this side, and I'm trying to just scratch it off. There it goes. So you pull off the protective film, and my Mary Mary is on the other side, and that's going to just sit right on there. But first I have to put some bling in my shaker card. So do I want to use gold or silver? I think I'm going to go with the silver. So I'm just going to take some of these out with my tweezers, because if you've ever used them, you know they're very staticky. And I'm flinging them everywhere, so I'm just going to grab them with my fingers. Okay. Come on. There. I'm going to go ahead and leave these open because I'm not quite done with them yet. So now, because I have those in there, I can take off the sticky. And I can put my acetate right over the top of it. Kind of seal it down. And now those blingies aren't trapped in there. They're not going to fall out. I got them kind of bunched up there, but we'll get them out. So you have your shaker, which is always fun. Then you can put your pieced, ooh, I might turn it that way, your stitched edge right over the top of that. And to do that, I'm going to just use our, I'm going to turn it over, I think, and use this. No, not. So I'm going to use one of our bonding memory pens and just kind of ink around it. And then you're just going to place it over the top. And because it's a wet glue, it gives you a little bit of time to move it around. But I'm not done yet. I want my liquid glass, and I'm going to put a couple, I gotta open it, a couple of these sequins on the outside of my card. Oh, I can't get this back in there. Oh, I'll do it later. So I'm going to put a little dot of liquid glass And then I'm just going to set a sequin on top of it. And you only need a little bit. Liquid glass has so many uses. Now, I'm not done yet. I'm gonna add a bow. And to do the bow, I'm going to use this little thingy I found on Amazon. I was actually told about it from another consultant. And it's called a Bow Easy. I will put links to all of this in the bottom of the video. But all of these sides can make different size bows. So I'm gonna make this size here. So I can do a little bow or I could do a bigger bow. I'm gonna go ahead and do the bigger bow. So you wanna have a tail, just kind of leave it hanging off and hold it with your thumb. I'm gonna wrap this one twice. I wanna have a double bow. So then when it comes back, you wanna hold it and you wanna cut it so that you have some extra. That's probably too much, but that's okay. And then to tie it, just kind of hold it here. You have to tuck it in here, and because you're going this way, that's how you have to pull it. So you're going to tuck it through the hole, and that'll make it more sense in a second. And then you got to bring it back up and pull it through it this way, the same direction you were tying it. And pull. Now your bow is pretty much done. But if you tuck it through again, and I'm the worst at making bows because of my nails, and just kind of tug it super tight, and then you slide it off, easy peasy, you have your bow. You have a double bow. And I'm using the cream ribbon from Close to My Heart. If I could just get this in there. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to separate this loop. There we go. There. Now I'm just going to trim these off a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to just stick it on my card. Another little bit of liquid glass. And just stick it on there. And there you have it. That is the easiest shaker card I have ever made because of the pre-cut shaker windows and foam acetates. And then the fact that we have the thin cuts that cut the same exact size. So again, I will put, links to all of this in my website or on the right below it. You could also then, when you're done, put your sentiment in the center. And again, the card bases, they come with envelopes too. I'm just not showing you the envelope. But thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just shoot me a question or shoot me a message and I will answer those questions for you right away. Have a nice evening.